Hello, hello, hello. This is Attorney Mike Gravel coming to you from Chicago as usual. Muting right off the bat. It's a beautiful thing. Well, we got some fun stuff. I haven't seen all of it. I had a slow start to the day. I'm gonna blame the food fairy. She put together a little shindig last night. There may have been an Iris. There may have been an Andrea from Iowa. There may have been new friends as well. A good time was had by all. Nobody got arrested, as far as I am aware of. We all made it home alive. So there you have it. The usual suspects are involved here. We've got Law Nerds Unite got me a clip. Also, Brecken got me a clip. And Jessica Hutchinson got me a clip. It's pretty fun. We're going to open with that. And all I'm going to say is, Judge, you had one job. Just one job.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's come to my attention that the jury's been able to reach a verdict. Someone is typically pleased, someone is typically not pleased when this happens. So please contain any emotions that you may have and just excuse yourself from the courtroom quietly if you need to. But maintain order in the court, please. All right, any reason we shouldn't bring the jury out at this time?
No, Your Honor.
Let's ask the jury to join us.
All rise for the jury.
Please have a seat, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Williams, I understand that the jury's been able to reach a verdict.
Yes, sir.
Is this the verdict that I'm holding in my hand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has it been agreed to by all 12 members of the jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
It has been dated and signed, is that
Yes,
correct? All right. Publishing the verdict, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty as to all 6 counts of the bill of indictment. Sheriff, will you please hand this to State's counsel and pass it over to...
Wait, what?
Didn't I say not?
No.
We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty on all 6 counts. Nope.
Sit down.
I apologize for my mispronunciation.
Okay, so back on the record, this is a case of Richard and Jean Ellaway and Abigail Nutu. Case number 39038. And this case was initiated by the Elloways against Ms. Nutu. Ms. Nutu filed a counterclaim, and this is the factual scenario I spoke about in my opening speech, where there was an accident. Both of you are pointing fingers at the other party, and it's to be up to me to figure out who's at fault here. And so before we do that, Ms. Ellaway, could you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You can put your hand down. And then,
What the hell is she wearing? It looks like she's got her collar around her shoulders. Is what it looks like to me. I'm sorry. I'm just a simple country attorney, banging out a living in the Midwest. I don't understand these things.
go ahead. I'll hear from you first, and then I'll hear from Ms. Nutu.
Okay. On that day, I was driving and I was on the main road, and all of a sudden, I was on the main road, and when Miss Nutu suddenly collided with my vehicle on the right, and she made an illegal pass to my right side, and the speed that the car was going was really fast, Your Honor, and she never stopped until she went to Galenta and she made a she swerved over to the right lane and stopped. And she never got out of the vehicle. I followed and I was waiting and she
Okay,
never got
so-
out. Yeah.
So you hit her, and as far as I can tell, you hit her in her left driver's side rear. Is that correct?
No, Your Honor. She hit me.
Oh,
She
I
hit
see.
my vehicle. I was on the main road and all of a sudden she was passing and I in front and she was already going ahead and because I didn't want to hit her further, I swerved towards the left.
I haven't seen this, but I'm afraid we might be confirming some stereotypes here.
And stopped my vehicle in the middle of the road. And she continued
so-
moving forward.
hang on just a minute, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, so were you in there's a narrative report filed in the, from looks like a police,
Yes, sir.
and then there's also a diagram.
Yes.
And then I'm going to read to you what's in this report, and I want you to tell me if this is accurate or not.
Okay.
It says, I then talked with Jean Ellaway, the driver of Vehicle 1.
There we go. Thank you, Eileen. We've got some sophistication in the chat. We've at least named this garment properly. That's how we roll here at Law Talk with Mike. It's a pleasant blouse with elastic smocking. Boom.
She told me the following. According to Jean, she was stopped on Viewpoint Court preparing to turn left onto Crosby Boulevard. Jean said she looked both directions for traffic. She said she saw none, moved out into Crosby Boulevard. During her turn, Jean said V2 came out of nowhere. Her vehicle struck V2 on the rear driver's side. Jean's vehicle sustained reportable damage to the front passenger side corner, and she did not have any injuries to report in her vehicle. And so then I'm going to show you another thing here that's also in that report that I printed this off. If you look here, it may be hard. This is a disadvantage but that's what was submitted by the officer. And that's kind of similar to what was described in that paragraph. The car coming out of.
Okay. If we're doing this as a regular civil matter, I do this all day. This is hearsay all the live long day. I don't know what we're doing with this as part of a PPO or some other thing. I don't know. But let me assure you, I'm a seasoned professional, and this is obvious to anyone anyway. That diagram means it's her fault. It's not close. If that's the way it went down, it's her fault.
Can you see that first of all? I'm going to pull that
Yes,
up there.
yes, Your Honor. I
So
see
the
that.
come out is identified as your automobile. V2 is the automobile driven by Ms. Nutu.
Yes.
So is this diagram wrong? And did the police officer, when he wrote all
That-
that down, is he wrong or what
That
exactly? Because I heard I'm trying. It's hard for me to figure out exactly what you're telling me.
Okay, that was from the first police report, Your Honor. And I made 2 more attempts in going to the police station to correct that report because that is Mr. Nutu's version to the cop. That is not what I said to the cop. I was not turning left. I was already on the main road. I was on Crosby when Miss Nutu suddenly hit my vehicle. I was not turning left.
What kind of car were you driving, ma'am?
Subaru, sir. That police report has been amended 2 more times.
Is that the amended police report been filed?
Yes, sir. Did you?
Yeah, it's in
It's in the file, zip file, Your Honor.
So what exhibit? What number? There's the exhibit. There's all kinds of exhibits here, and there's
Exhibit
is it
D.
numbered?
It's Exhibit D. Police
Thank you.
report supplemental.
And sir, you're not sworn in, and so I'm not going to hear from you. If you want to testify, I'll let you testify, but you need to sworn in first. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
I don't see that in Exhibit D. Exhibit D is looks to me like an insurance company thing.
No, it's
Page 1.
1, 2, and 3.
D1, hang on just a minute. Oh, there we go. Says I amended the diagram. Okay, so hang on just a second. So it looks to me, okay, hang on just a minute. I'm going to hear from Ms. Nutu. Ms. Nutu, could you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You can put your hand down. Were you driving a Toyota?
Yes, I was.
Okay, I'll get back to that in a minute. So ma'am, the picture presented, there's a couple of pictures here. And which I assume is yours. There's a picture of a Toyota, which is, I assume, is Ms. Nutu's. And did you send these pictures, Ms. Nutu?
Yes, we did.
And then did you take these pictures right there with your phone?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so ma'am, I'm going to come back to you. And it looks to me like the damage to your car is on the front passenger side. And the damage to Ms. Nutu's car is on the rear driver's side, which would be consistent with this diagram. That's what that shows. And I don't see how, if she was in, how did, I'm not following what you're telling me. You're saying she hit you?
Are you referring to me?
Yes, I am.
Ms. Jean Ellaway?
Yes, Jean Ellaway.
Yes.
Because it looks to me like the only way that
She hit me,
she
sir.
hit you?
Yes. I was on the main road and all of a sudden there's a slam to my right. And then she just tried to pass me and then she went straight and she was at high speed. She never stopped. She never honked her horn, nothing.
She never braked.
She never,
Okay,
she
so
never
Mr.
did a break.
I don't understand how the back of her car could collide with the front of your car. That's what I don't get.
Swerving in
She
front.
swerved right
Right.
to my side, up to the right embankment and went straight.
Okay.
So she hit me on the right.
She tried to cut
And
around.
she tried to cut and then she never stopped. She went straight.
So I'm gonna hear from Ms. Nutu. Ms. Nutu, could you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You can put your hand down. I'll hear what, according to you, what happened out there?
So I was driving down Crosby Boulevard, and as I'm approaching, I see her car. She's on the side street. It is Viewpoint Court, and I see her car. And as I'm approaching, I see her starting to come out and make a left-hand turn. And I didn't think too much of it. I was like, oh, she shouldn't have been pulling out yet, but obviously I assumed she stopped, and I continue. And as I am crossing like the street, I noticed that she's still accelerating towards me. And out of caution, I swerve into the bike lane a little bit and I speed up to try and avoid that. I didn't think that she would actually hit me. I just thought it would be another one of those close calls that happens, but she did end up hitting me and I immediately pulled over as soon as I could. And I was obviously shaken up. I had never been in an accident. I'm young. I don't really know what to do in these situations. So the first thing I did is I called my father, of course, and he said he'd be coming and that an officer was on the way. And then I get out of my vehicle and I take pictures of everything. And Miss Ellaway also exits her vehicle when I come outside as well. And she tells me she's late for an appointment and she wants my insurance and she's saying she's late and asking if she can leave. I say, no, you cannot. We have an officer on the way to get this all taken care of. That's the only time I spoke to her, and then went back in my car and I didn't get out until the officer and my parents had arrived there as well.
Ms. Ellaway?
Yes, sir.
And again, so tell me again what happened there from your point of view.
Okay, so I was on the main road and then all of a sudden I heard this bang on
You see, you didn't convince him the first time. Let's give it another shot.
my car and there she was moving and then I swerved a little bit to the left because I didn't want to hit her further and then she just went I heard the car and then she just went straight. She just went straight and then she parked like towards Galenta, past Galenta Street or Avenue or whatever that street is. And then she didn't come out of her car. And then she
Great.
just said that my father, and then she didn't stop. She didn't make, it was just a big like that. I just heard boom and she just went going straight.
Turn.
I did not make a turn, Your Honor. I was already on the main road. I was on Crosby. And then when her father came, all of a sudden he was telling he said, he said that, oh, you were turning left. I said, no, I was not. I was on the main road. And that's when he called the cop. He said, I'm calling the cop. And all this story on the first report was not what happened. That's why I had to go to the cop 2 times, because I said, I'm not being heard here. This is Mr. Nutu's version. And in fact, when in the police report, before the police left, the officer, he said, this is no fault. And then all of a sudden I received the police report, which is Mr. Nutu's version. I was not turning left. I was already on Crosby Road when she hit me.
Yeah, she's not
So
doing
it's your
well.
position, I mean, again, give me just a minute there, ma'am. So again, going back to this diagram here on Viewpoint Court, where that car is, do you live on that street, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
And is this about where this happened? Just outside of Viewpoint Court?
I was already on the main street.
I heard that, ma'am.
Yes,
I
sir.
heard that.
Yes.
Okay.
So I have already made the safe turn from Viewpoint Court.
I see. So you did turn off Viewpoint Court?
Yes. And I have already made the safe turn. I was on Crosby, and all of a sudden I was hit. We have to consider, Your Honor, that that's a descending road. It's a curved road, and you have to.
I'm familiar
down.
with it.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with it. I'm familiar with it. So I have questions for you both, and that is, you're both making claim against each other. The reason I ask this is without saying, who I'm deciding for, if insurance covered this and insurance paid for it, and you have to pay for it, you're maybe subject to a deductible. I can't enter a judgment, like the insurance will pay for it, and then I can't enter a judgment in the amount of what the insurance paid for, because that should go to the insurance company. And so I guess I'll start with you there, ma'am. It's Ms. Well, here's what's going to happen. And so, ma'am, I heard what you're saying about, you had already made the turn and we're on, but given where you were turning off of Viewpoint Court onto Crosby Boulevard, when you turn onto the lane, and that when you turn onto the road in that particular position, you have to yield the right of way to the person on Crosby Road. And if this was about where this happened, and it doesn't make sense that if they slammed into you from behind, that would be one thing, but your front clipped their behind. And so maybe, you misjudged. It said in the police report, you didn't see them coming. Perhaps, I'm not sure what exactly happened, other than maybe you misjudged her speed, or if you didn't see, and if she was already on the road, and then it seemed to me not be possible for her to hit you with on her left rear bumper to your front right bumper. That just doesn't make any sense. Perhaps you didn't see, you misjudged how fast she was going, but I am going to find that the preponderance of the evidence is that Ms. Nutu is not at fault in this case, and if there is any fault, that lies with you, in that you misjudged the turn, misjudged her speed, or what have you. And so Ms. Nutu, and again, and I assume who's there with your father, what's the status of all this? Did insurance cover this, and was there a deductible, and what exactly?
Yes, Your Honor. Can I talk? Is that okay?
Yeah, raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
That is, yes.
You can put your hand down. What's the insurance situation?
Insurance situation is the plaintiffs in this case, Your Honor, were uninsured. They were cited for not having insurance at the time of the accident. Luckily, I have uninsured motorists, so we went through our insurance company to fix our car. So we did that, and we got our car fixed, and lo and behold, after, I don't know, 3-4 a month, we get a sheriff coming to the door issuing us a summons report.
Yeah, No, I just want to know what your deductible is. Whether did you have to pay?
The deductible was 1,000, but it ended up being only $100 for uninsured motorists under my policy.
I see.
It only cost us $100 out of our pocket to get our car fixed.
Did you have to pay a filing fee for the counterclaim?
I did, Your Honor. It was like
How much was that?
$75. What the standard procedure was, and then I paid the sheriff too. I left.
Well, why is it only 100 if you have $1,000 deductible? It makes me think that no, there's no subrogation claim. I don't know why that is. I'm curious. This doesn't make sense to me.
How much was that? $60 for the service fee?
Yes, Your Honor.
But they're being more than reasonable.
Now, is there anything that we're able to do about the diminished value for my vehicle? The damages that I'm seeking on.
You know, I can't, before you stop there, I'm just gonna stop you and say, you know, I can't give you advice in that regard. And so, you know, you can talk to a lawyer if you want about all of that, but I can't, you know, you don't want me telling them how to conduct their case. I'm pretty confident they don't want me to tell you how to conduct yours too. So I just, you know, you're here, you both pointed the finger.
No, you're screwed. They're on the hook for the cost of repair. Of course, there's diminished value, but you're really screwed on that. I'll make it easy for you, my man.
With regard to the accident, the only thing I'm deciding today is, you know, and she's asking for emotional distress, which I can't, I don't think that's appropriate. I'm finding that just for the purposes of this hearing, I'm finding that your daughter's not at fault. The fault lies with Ms. Ellaway. I'm going to reward you with principal and the deductible, and I'll give you your costs and fees. And, but that's really what I can, you know, if you want to pursue other action, that's.
I don't need anything
maybe
else,
consult a
Your
lawyer.
That'll be fine with us today.
All right.
Sir, could I say something?
Yeah, could you raise your right hand, please?
Yeah.
Do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just would like to say that, you know, my wife, English is her second language, and I believe her communication with the police of what happened was limited. And then I feel that this uninsured issue, that was my oversight, and I deeply regret that. I got insurance the next day. No.
But see, hang on, but I'm going to stop you on the insurance thing because I want to say that had no bearing on my deciding of the case. That's why I announced what I was going to do before I asked about insurance. So insurance only affected the amount of the judgment.
Yeah, yes,
But
Your Honor.
Go ahead.
But it may have influenced the police officer because he was definitely not listening to my wife. I was there when they were talking. And before he left, he asked her point blank, were you going down the straightaway in Crosby Boulevard? And she said, yes. And then he never put that into the report. And the other issue is the damage. I mean, there's a swipe. It swipes on the bumper towards the left. And were you able to watch my video, Exhibit A?
No, give me a second. I did, but I can review it now.
Yeah, because I feel that this is a little more complicated than it appears, because when you come around that bend on Crosby Boulevard, you're almost completely blind until you're, you know, looking at, or you're within like 100 feet of it. So it's very possible that the version that my wife presents is true and real, meaning that she was already descending, and that Miss Nutu did not see her make that turn. And I still wonder why she didn't brake or why she didn't honk or, you know, anything. So I actually timed it out very carefully, you know, from listening to what my wife said. And there's about a 6-second delay, and that would fit with both versions. Like both people could be telling the truth. So
well, the other thing is, one thing I will say about, you know, I did consider, then the video's loading. I didn't, you know, and I just kind of decide the case based on what's presented to me and, you know, the pictures and all of that. But, you know, videos after the fact generally, frankly, aren't that helpful. But, I will say this, what I did hear from Ms. Nutu is she did try to avoid it. She saw the turn, she tried to speed up, and she almost made it. I mean, if you look at where you hit, if she'd have just been like 2 feet further ahead, we wouldn't even be here. And
Right.
so, I mean, that's just what I heard her say, and I did consider that in making my decision. But the insurance is just a non-issue. The judgment's going to be principal amount of $100, filing fee is $50, a service fee is $60. So in terms of damage, I'm not given a win the amount of, and I do know that body shops are, given my work experience here and what I see, and for lack of a better term, or fender benders, which this is, frankly, a fender bender. I know that body shops are very expensive, but the insurance company paid for that. I'm not giving a windfall to the Nutus for all of that. They're just getting their deductible as well as their filing fee. So the total judgment amount is $210.
Sir, just their insurance company, we thought this was a no-fault accident. That's what we were told by the police officer. We were actually shocked to see that report. And their insurance company's coming after us now for $7,000. And this is why we're here today.
Okay. I'm going to I'll tell you something else. I mean, this hearing, this isn't, I mean, I don't know what to tell you other than the insurance company can do with what they think's appropriate. And apparently insurance, all I know is what I'm deciding here today, how much weight the insurance company gives that. And apparently the insurance company decided to do that well before anything happened. And also, for the record, I didn't know anything about.
Yeah, they filed a subrogation claim against them to recover their damages. And I don't know what the statutory scheme is in Washington, but if you have an insurance policy, then your insurance company would have stepped in and sorted that out with them, probably in a mediation. But since you're not, since it's not, they can come after you for their outlay that was your fault. Period. End of statement. This is not hard.
About that till right now, until you just told me, but I'm just deciding the case based on what's presented to me.
Well, can I ask a question?
Yes.
My understanding of Washington state law, if someone's in an intersection, what my wife said she was already out going descending, doesn't she have the right of way with someone coming? I mean, and then if there's not
the person turning onto, again, based on what I've seen in terms of the testimony, when you're turning onto or coming onto, you have to yield to oncoming traffic.
Your Honor.
And that's what I'm finding. And maybe she didn't come out, and she maybe misjudged the oncoming car.
I can't imagine having it any other way. I mean, unless there's some weird rule in Washington, and it doesn't appear there is. That's the way it is in the rest of the world.
And you're at the speed of the oncoming car, but it's there again. That's what I'm finding.
On the video, you can see you can only see 200 yards there. So it's very like she could have passed, and again, not seen a car coming. There's a very limited visibility from viewpoint.
I was already on Crosby,
Okay.
Your Honor. I wasn't turning left. I was already on Crosby.
Okay.
And I'm a very safe driver.
Yeah,
She also had 51 clams in a bucket in the back seat.
I don't doubt that, ma'am. Yeah, and I'm not. My decision doesn't mean you're not a safe driver, but sometimes things happen. They do, and and I'm asked to decide the case based on what's presented to me, and based on what's presented today. To me, this is my decision, and that's you can appeal this if you wish. Of course, every decision can be appealed, but. That's my decision here in this case.
I just feel like, Your Honor, that I have not been heard since the beginning. I had to go to the police station 3 times in order to correct the police report. I have not been heard since the beginning of this.
We heard you. And based upon what we heard, we've decided the accident was your fault. There was no miscommunication here. You've run your little pie hole. We've absorbed the information. We listened to the other side, and we've made a determination.
Because this is all Mr. Nutu's version to the police, and that's the thing that the police put in his report. I was on the main road. I was on Crosby when Miss Newton hit me. I wasn't turning left. That was Mr. Newton's version when he was accusing me.
Yes, Your Honor. And I asked Mrs. Nutu why she tried to go around her, and she said she thought she was turning left. And to me, that was evidence that she was on Crosby and not turning,
Yes.
because it wasn't that she didn't say at the time that she ran into her. She said she thought she was turning left. And if you see on the video, there's nowhere to turn left there. So I think she's changed her.
I think she was turning left. She was turning left off of Viewpoint.
No,
and
no,
then
no,
she
no.
tried to go around
She
her.
thought
That's
she was
why I
turning
understood
left
the test.
off of Crosby. She
I
said
was already on Crosby, and then she said, I thought you were turning left, meaning she thought that I was turning left towards the park or towards the residence driveway
right.
on that side, but I was already, there were no two lanes. There was just one main lane and another on the
So sorry.
ahead was a left turn.
So her testimony-
Hang on just a second. I'll allow Ms. Nutu to respond. And again, we'll go, Ms. Nutu, you heard what she said. Do you have a response to that?
Yeah, I do. I did not speak to Mr. Ellaway or Mrs. Ellaway. I never said those words. I actually have no clue what they're talking about.
Oh.
She was turning left off of Viewpoint and coming onto Crosby. It's as simple as that. Their story keeps slightly changing. They're saying things that I said. I didn't speak to them. As I said, I was very scared, so I waited for my dad and the police to arrive because I didn't know how to go about things, and I didn't speak to them about.
She's a sharp kid. Seriously, she's impressive.
What I thought she was doing or anything. It was simply that she was coming out left and she tried to merge into the lane that I was in and hit my back corner.
Your Honor, I did talk to her, and she did say she thought she was turning left.
So again, I've reviewed the pictures, which are telling to me is where the person hit. And my decision, I've heard your comments. And ma'am, I did hear you. I did listen to your testimony, and this is just the decision that I'm making. And as I said before, when you get two different versions of the same set of facts, they have to come one way or the other. And usually, and I understand you're not happy with my decision. I get that. I get that you disagree with it, but that's my decision here today. And again, the principal amount on the defendant's counterclaim is
This is the way it would go down 99.99% of the time. Literally, property damage resolves 95% of these things.
$100, $50 filing fee, $60 service fee. Total judgment amount is $210. And then that'll conclude the hearing here for today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You both are free to go.
Thank you.
Courthouse case, Town Center Place versus Sigrid Melvin. Thank you, sir, for helping. Hello.
My name is Sigrid Melvin.
Okay.
I live in federal housing, low income. And she is our landlord. And according to her, I have plants on my balcony. I've been there since 2006. Some of my plants are tomatoes and spices and that. And the balcony is part of my apartment. So it's up to me to put on the balcony what I like. But at this time, since I would like more time to comply, so I'm able to meet with my attorney regarding the removal of plants from my balcony. I am willing to work with my attorney to resolve the issue. And I had the plan since 2006. And I even have 40 garden boxes controlled with garden growing hope. I helped install that so that my neighbor and I will have fresh fruit and vegetables. So this is.
Okay. Hold on just one. Thank you for that.
Hmm?
Thank you for that.
Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me okay? Or you? let's give you some headphones so that you can hear me, okay?
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Okay, these are pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, this way?
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Is that better?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Oh, what?
Oh. All right, so what is the claim in this case? Uh-oh,
This is all the
did you
noise.
broke it, Alan?
Yeah, I lost you.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Test.
Okay,
You good?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I only got two hands.
Oh, she's good. Okay. All right. What is the claim in this case?
Your Honor.
I'm assuming
I'm
plan.
asking, oh, the plan,
Hold on, I'm asking them what their claim against
Oh.
you is, okay? Okay, go ahead.
All right, Your Honor, this is termination of tenancy matter for excessive items stored on her balcony, potted plants, light hangings, etc. She was involved, initially advised by in writing on 2 or 3 occasions. She also has several plant boxes that have piled over in the courtyard and refuses to clean them up. We had meetings about it with her and her attorney.
Who's your attorney?
At the time, it was,
I don't have an attorney right now. I'm working with legal aid.
but they have not filed an appearance or contacted us since the tenant meeting that we had back in July.
Okay, so there was a tenant meeting in July. They haven't contacted you back.
Yes.
Okay, so ma'am, do you think that legal services is representing you?
Well, they did in a couple other cases.
Okay, so when's the last time you talked with them?
Oh, yeah, yesterday,
Okay, so yesterday, what'd they say to you?
nothing.
Oh,
No, because you go there and they drop off all these legal papers and then they call you and send you a letter. So you don't have a one-on-one interview.
So you went there to drop off some stuff and you haven't heard back from them?
Right. So
Oh.
that's why I need more time.
And after we filed the case, we did inform them that we were filing, so they were aware.
Okay, but so do you have a I mean, she's describing to me plant boxes, but I mean, is there? Okay, I'm old.
That's what you have on a balcony.
I know, ma'am. I'm just, okay, hold on, though. Let me just see what we're talking about.
She also has a subsequent notice to quit that hasn't become due yet, but it will be an issue.
Can I go back there and get my pictures?
Hold on a second.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to get this second picture. These are on the ground level.
This is just pathetic. That's all it is.
She's on the second level.
In the courtyard, yeah.
Okay.
That's her plant box, and then
We're 11th floor building.
you see this village around it and behind it here.
Okay. It's- Right. Not till my 3 o'clock. What time am I at now? 'Cause time just stopped. Huh? When were those pictures taken?
It's gotta be in July. There, I mean, I can take better ones. I mean,
The condition's still the same, Your Honor.
All right. So Ma'am, the pots and boxes and things that are on your balcony, you don't want to move them? Is that,
I have tomatoes, sunflowers, even my cable TV is in a box so I can watch TV. I've been there since 2006.
I got you, but you got cable TV out there?
Yeah. Well, it's on the antenna. It's in a pot on the balcony.
Oh, sweet Jesus. What?
To stabilize it. So I can watch TV.
Okay.
And those other plots, they have tomatoes in it. They have my spices in it. And one has okra grown. And there's 3 rose bushes that I got when I had my birthday, Easter and Mother's Day. And usually when the flowers are done, I would put them in the front yard of the building so the roses would grow the next year. But due to this management team, I'm not allowed or do anything that really helpful.
So I see that there are a number of pots out there. All right, I'm not going to go through what's in them. I'm just at this.
Okay.
How many, is she allowed to have any out there?
She's allowed to have 5.
5.
And no indoor furniture or accessories are permitted, no bird feeders or anything that would attract rodents. It's supposed to be clean and sanitary, orderly, trash-free, clear of junk, debris, unsightly items.
Okay.
And Your Honor, we have another termination notice to her for rodents.
For what?
For rodents, Your Honor.
What?
Rodents. Like mice and.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But that's my next court appearance here. For some reason, I'm the only one in the building that has mice. And the way I discovered them, I was cleaning my shelves. And there was a lot of black stuff around. Then I cleaned the next shelf and on the bottom, I even removed the refrigerator to find all that stuff. We have pest control in the building that comes every Friday for the last 2 years.
This is Law Nerds Unite's fault. I want you to place appropriate blame for this for this situation. I don't know where Zach is. He's probably hiding.
So the last time the guy came, he didn't even have the trap for the catching the mouse. So now they blame me for bringing the mice in all the way up to the 3rd floor. But I talked to some of the neighbors, they even had them up on the 11th floor. So this is just a reason for them trying to convict me, which they've been trying to do since they took over. I have a court case here. Oh.
Hold on.
And plus, when I had fire in my apartment, they didn't send maintenance. When I had the water leak from the 5th floor down, they didn't come and soak up the water. They didn't help me at all. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So, I mean, the case isn't before me, but I'm going to assume they're not her mice. Right?
No.
Well,
So,
But when you have.
may I answer that?
well, I'm really hoping they're not your mice. You
No.
can answer it, but
No,
I'm
because
just,
I like to eat and I can't have food in the apartment and you can't walk at nighttime going to the bathroom. So you might step on a mice, but they're not sending anybody up to clean up the mess. I had to do it all myself. I'm 83 years old.
okay. When is that case going to wonderfully grace my court doorstep?
The September 15th is the date up for the termination, for the notice to quit.
That's your date, and then you got to get a court date after this. So we're gonna, okay.
So I'm just making the court aware of it as.
I do live in federal housing.
Right, I understand, ma'am.
Okay.
I get that part of it. I'm just trying to,
Understand?
okay, so let me ask you this. Are there things growing in more than 5 pots?
Yeah. Okay.
Like food.
If they want me to move the other parts, I like to be paid off because it costs me my money.
You want to be paid, what?
I had to pay for all the parts on
Yeah,
that.
right.
So on the low income on social security, you don't get much pleasure from anything else except planting foods and that. She won't even let us have the clicker to the TV in the community room. That's how mean she is, because somebody might steal it.
Your Honor,
What?
irrelevant.
You can't have the clicker. Okay,
Yeah.
I have no idea what it has to do.
We're 170 seniors in that building. And that would be nice, we can get together and socialize
We might be getting near needing a guardian. Let's be honest.
again, like before we did with COVID. We had a happy home. We were baking and cooking and this and helping each other out. Now is everybody stays in their apartment. They don't even want to come out.
okay.
Oh, and she has $5,000.
Your Honor.
We had a survey coming from Harvard University. They gave us $25 gift card. Plus, at the end, they gave us the residence council $5,000. And she's in control of it. She isn't even a resident.
Objection.
I might have put this to do it all the way up.
Objection.
I don't know what
I don't either.
I do,
No,
but
it's not relevant to this case here.
that's true.
Might not be relevant to the case, but the good Lord is listening.
Listen, Sarah, the judge is like, I don't even know what to do. I don't know what to do with this information. Everyone's looking at me like I'm supposed to do something here.
Jesus said, what you have done unto one of mine, and given a water won't go by unrewarded. But whoa, if you hurt one of my children. So it's up to the Lord.
He did say that. All right. So you don't want to move any of the pots off of the balcony?
Well, it's my food.
Okay.
And like those 3 roses, they're going to die pretty soon. They're going to be off the balcony.
Right.
Because the gardening is a steady process. You know, you go, come and go.
I know, I hear you. Okay, so what about the ones that are on the ground? Can they move those out?
Well, they're not really, it's a Michigan cactus. So it stays in the ground.
A Michigan cactus?
Yes, Michigan cactus. Well, one of my friends, Navy veteran, has them in his driveway. So I couldn't believe.
I've never heard of a Michigan cactus. It may exist, but I've never heard of it. And I did grow up in the state.
What do you mean Michigan cactus? So he bought me that and I put him in the bed. Because nobody is right on the brick wall. It's not like in the middle of the part where the benches are on that. It's on the edge of the building.
Okay.
The only one that comes there is a rabbit.
Okay. So you don't want to move any of those things?
Well, not really, but I'm 83, so I guess I don't have that many years to grow. But if they're gonna give me some money, I'm willing to move it or have it moved. Oh, that's right. Also, I need to get paid for the patio bricks they took out. So when the water runs, the dirt comes down, they haven't been nice to me.
Okay.
So you want to adjourn it till I get an attorney, then we can do it all over again. Sorry about,
No, and I think that's what I'm gonna do with this one is I'm gonna put it out to the 29th. I don't think. Yeah. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to adjourn it. Is that your last one, council? Or do we have
I have to
more elderly
talk with
coming?
Miss-
What?
I have to talk to Miss Lee,
Right.
or, it's my client, I want Miss Lee.
But
But other than that, yes.
that's it. Oh,
Come on, Judge. Just transfer it over to Washington's call or something like that. Oops. I made a mistake in the order.
okay. So, ma'am, here's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Oh, I never thought I'd say I was glad to see you.
oh,
Ever. Well, I mean, welcome. That's not the way to greet people, is it?
No.
Okay, Ms. Bauer,
Yes.
one, maybe two things before you get to the cases that you're here on.
Okay.
All right? This is Miss Melvin. Miss Melvin has, and I'm just gonna give it, she brought some papers to legal service.
Okay.
All right, and I guess there's been a meeting regarding the plant or the pots that are on her balcony,
Okay.
which she's growing things in.
Okay.
All right, well, vegetables in. Just very clear. So she doesn't necessarily want to move them, but she was waiting for somebody to contact her from, rightly or wrongly, she thinks that
legal aid.
legal aid. No, I got you.
Oh.
I can look up and see if somebody's been assigned to the case.
Okay, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to adjourn her case out to the 29th.
Okay.
Okay. And that's my next day is August 29th. At what time? 1 p.m. Okay. So I'm going, ma'am, I'm going to set your case for August 29th, 2025 at 1 p.m. Ms. Bauer's going to look up to see if anybody's tried to reach out to you on the case.
Okay,
And then we'll come back and we'll figure out what we're going to do on your case.
thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you, Mayor.
It does.
Tasia Robertson.
Okay, I'm assuming that's a yes. Okay.
One second. On the record in State of Michigan versus Tasia Robertson. Appearance, please.
Thank you. Amanda Tringle, Office of the Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Ms. Tasia Robinson for purposes of arraignment only.
And are you Tasia Robertson appearing by video?
Yes, it's pronounced Tiasha Robertson.
Tiasha? Okay.
Yes.
Ms. Robertson, this is your arraignment. What I have here is a felony complaint. This will. Can you please state your name for the record, ma'am? Okay, thank you. Pledges and count one, resisting or obstructing police. It says on or about August 15, 2025 at 1701 West Willow, City of Lansing. You did assault, batter, wound, resist, obstruct, oppose, or endanger Aaliyah Cutler, a police officer of the Lansing Police Department that you knew or had reason to know was performing his or her duties. It is a felony punishable by up to 2 years in prison and or $2,000. A consecutive sentence may be imposed if the assault was committed in any place of confinement.
Okay, I have to confess, this appearance is not very interesting. I just wanted to know if they were going to send her to the juicing room.
Or for any other violation arising from the same transaction. Count two, assault and battery that you at the same location and date Did make an assault or assault and battery upon Matthew David Wallace. This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. And count 3, malicious destruction of personal property, 200 to 1,000. The same date and location you did willfully and maliciously destroy or injure a door, the personal property of Rajinder Singh, and the amount of the destruction or injury was $2,000 or more, but less than $1,000. That is a misdemeanor punishable by 1 year and or $2,000 or 3 times the amount of the destruction or injury, whichever is greater. Do you understand these 3 charges and the possible penalties?
Yes.
You have the right to have an attorney in this matter. If you'd like to have an attorney, but you don't believe you can afford one, we can see if the public defender will represent you. You have the right to a trial. That could be by jury. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say, orally or in writing, will be used against you in court. You have the right to have an attorney present with you during any questioning by law enforcement. You understand these rights so far?
Yes.
Are you requesting a public defender to assist you in this case?
Yes.
All right. And Ms. Tringle, you successfully completed an intake with Ms. Robertson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because the first charge is a felony, you do have the right to have a preliminary exam. That's a hearing where the government must bring some evidence to demonstrate probable cause to believe the felony occurred and probable cause to believe that you're the person who committed the felony. Before the preliminary exam, you'll have a probable cause conference, a day where you, your lawyer, and the prosecutor talk to make sure that you have all the evidence and information you need to be ready for preliminary exam. Probable cause conference is scheduled for August 29 at 8:30 here in my court with me, Judge Buchanan. And preliminary exam will be September 5th at 9 a.m. also in my court. That first date may be done by video conferencing like we're doing now. Unless you don't know how or don't have a device or something like that, then you should come to court in person. The second court date, September 5th, is absolutely in person. You must be here in person that day.
Okay.
Are you on probation, parole, or bond in any court?
No.
Okay. I know that one of the conditions of your release is to have no contact with Mr. Wallace. Knowing that, is this address in Harwick going to be your address?
That's my address. That is not his address.
That's what I thought, but I wanted to confirm that it was a current address, not like an old address. Is that a good address for you?
Yes, that's my current address.
Okay. They jotted down a phone number here that ends in your phone number?
Yes.
All right, for bond consideration, I do have a Michigan criminal history here. What it has is, looks like a deferral for similar conduct back in 2018, and that's everything. Bond, Ms. Tringle.
Thank you. I did have the opportunity to speak with Ms. Robertson. She informs me that she is a lifetime resident of the area. All of her family's here. She's not currently on probation, parole, or out on bond and any other pending charges. While
I mean, in fairness, we know she's not going to run.
she has been required to appear in court previously, and she's always appeared as instructed. Based on those things, I don't believe her to be a flight risk or a danger to the community. We would respectfully request a personal cognizance bond with appropriate conditions. Thank you.
Taking into consideration the 3 charges, the fact that one of them is assaulted and one alleges an effort not to comply with law enforcement, the criminal history, the local address, I don't believe that a personal recognizance bond assures public safety at this time. I will place bond at the amount of $1,500, 10%. Conditions of release. Ms. Robertson, of course, firstly, you must attend your court dates. I gave you 2. Make sure you attend to both, and any other court date that gets set after that. It's not right here. This needs to be different. Okay. Attend all of your court dates. Do not leave the state without permission. Do not commit any crimes while released on bond. Because count 1 is a felony, you do need to report to pretrial services the first business day after your release. They keep track of people on felony bonds. So you should have received a brochure that will tell you how to contact them. Do not use alcohol or illegal controlled substances. Do not possess or purchase a firearm or a dangerous weapon. Do not engage in harassing, intimidating, stalking, or threatening behavior. Do not assault, harass, intimidate, beat, molest, wound, or threaten Matthew Wallace. Do not have any direct or indirect contact with Matthew Wallace. Do not cause a third party to have contact with him on your behalf. You're not to be within 2,000 feet of where he lives, works, or goes to school. If you violate this order of no contact, we take that very seriously. You could be arrested without a warrant. This bond could be revoked. You could be in contempt of court, for which you'd face up to 93 days in jail and or $7,500 in fines, consecutive to that which you already face. This order is about you. It's not about him. So if he's texting or calling you, Matthew texts or calls, he's allowed to do that. But if you text him back or take his call, you're the one who goes to jail. He does not have authority to grant you permission to violate a court order. So if he invites you to meet up with him, you'd still go to jail. You understand?
Yes.
Ms. Tringle, we've talked about the charge, the court dates, the bond, the conditions. Anything else for Ms. Robertson?
Nothing further. Thank you.
You're all set, Ms. Robertson.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
There you have it. That's what I got for a Saturday. That's what I got. Good stuff, I suppose. Under the circumstances, I'm not complaining. Thank you all for coming out. Behave yourselves. I'm not bailing you out.